All right, shalom, 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 y'all. It's Michael Israel. You are watching Spiritual Combat, and as you could tell by the title, spiritual and physical health. We're going to be going in. I've been super busy because I've seen a bunch of people email me. Well, a couple people emailed me. Somebody contacted me on Facebook Messenger. I think it was a couple people on Facebook Messenger. I had a bunch of people reach out to me on Marco Polo with different questions, and I tried to answer them. But what I'm gonna do, and just so y'all know, moving forward, this is what I'm gonna do, so I'm not blowing people off and not responding to people's questions. I'm a if you ask me a question, and then I got some emails also. But if you're gonna ask me a question, more than likely I'm gonna answer it on here when I do this show. Which I'm gonna try to do this show first day mornings if I'm not busy, because I gotta head out of here at about 8:30. We got some work we gotta do somewhere, so. But I'm gonna answer them on here to edify everybody, because there's been a lot of questions about herbs, diet, and certain things like that. So I think I can kind of hit everything, and I could be more effective on here. Okay, that's the long and the short of it. Okay. All right. Let me see if I'm trying to upload something here for y'all to see. Okay. But yeah, as you could tell by the show. Uh-oh. There we go. So as you can tell, and like I said, I'm trying to do something here on my other phone. Okay. There we go. All right. So as you can tell by the title of the show, what we're going to be talking about is okay. All right, y'all. There we go. I ain't messing with that no more. Anyway, as you can tell by the title of the show, what we're going to be talking about is spiritual health and physical health from a biblical standpoint, not from a cosmic, esoteric, astronaut, telescopic standpoint, some weird way out there. Just from a simple surface level biblical standpoint, we're going to be talking about diet and health. You know what I'm saying? Physical health and spiritual health. Okay. I want to say shalom, shalom. Nina, she said shalom. Where can I order mullein tea leaves from you and Sister Coy? You could order it on householdherbs.com. And Ms. Nina, just bear with me, because I'm going to be hitting on all this stuff right here concerning, you know, we're in the viral season. You see things ramping up here. I was sneezing and coughing, and my head was stuffy there for a couple days. I took some of the herbs I use and knocked it out of there, and my body fought it off and all that stuff like that. But we're gonna get into all that stuff. I'm getting a lot of people wanting antiviral tea. A lot of people want to know what they need to do. And see, the thing is, what I've been doing is I've been studying this. At one point, it can be difficult studying herbalism and allopathic, allopathic and naturopathic healing, particularly naturopathic healing, because when you study the people who teach this, they mix in all this esoteric, cosmic, weird, you know, their new age religion. They always want to throw that in there. And why they want to do that? Because it's like, yo, this stuff is pretty simple and straightforward. So, but for some reason, they mix all this stuff in there. So, y'all hold on one sec. I'm getting ready to do something here. Okay, just bear with me. See how this will work. There we go. All right. But yeah, for some, they mix all this extra stuff in there, and you gotta wade through that. And my thing, I don't I don't want my brothers and sisters to have to suffer through all that. I mean, some of the stuff I gotta hear about, like, and it's crazy stuff like that. And you gotta separate the truth from the lies and all that. It's like, man, just tell me about the plants and what I need to do. And don't even sugarcoat it and tap dance it on it real long. Just, what do I need to do? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing here. So let's start, since the sister here, she asked, it's flu season, it's pandemic season, it's the season of the plague according to the Bible. What can we do to protect ourselves and not get it? Well, number one, like I said, I don't believe in getting there, the thing that can't be mentioned on here that they claim is the cure or the prevention from contracting the plague. I don't believe in that. But I will tell you this: you do need to do something to protect yourself, to strengthen your immune system. And that's what we're going to be talking about on the health side of here today. And it's going to tie right into the spiritual. The American diet and the way we eat is against our bodies. Like we eat heavy foods. We've become addicted to heavy foods. When I say heavy foods, foods that don't break down very easily. They consume a lot of resources and energy for the body to digest. And this is where I've been focusing. At one point, I still study the herbs, but a lot of my focus and time and research has shifted to the foods I'm consuming. And what I've found is I've drastically cut the amount of food I consume. Like what day was that? Friday. Now this is a slow process. It's not a brutal process or anything like that. It's a slow process of just slowly weaning yourself off of a lot of these super heavy foods. I'm not saying you can't eat them, but what the Bible says is that in the end times, people would be overcome by surfeiting, by overeating. And I'm telling you, what I've found is that I basically, like, on Friday, we were out working in the heat, doing a lot of work. It was some labor's work. We were moving um, computer equipment and networking equipment around to different buildings and stuff like that. And I'm gonna tell you what I ate for that whole day. So for breakfast, I think I had some watermelon and some water, maybe a little bit of water, not even a bottle of water. Then by 12 o'clock, maybe I had drank a bottle of water. At around 3, 4 o'clock, I ate more watermelon, okay, and drank water. And then when I came home, and my energy was all day. And then when I came home, um, Sister Koya made veggie tacos, and I had that, and I had a bunch of them. But they're veggie tacos, so they like break down real easy, you know. Now, rewind to maybe a couple of years ago, I would have, you know, 2 steak, egg, and cheese bagels for breakfast. For lunch, you know, might go to I forget what the name of that place is, but I have a big lunch somewhere, maybe a sub sandwich or something like that, and then for dinner, have a big old dinner. You know what I'm saying? And literally, what that's doing, your body is working, and like when you eat these types of foods, your body has to protect itself from the food, so it's going to secrete mucus and it's going to do all this stuff to process all this food, and it's very consuming on your energy. And over time, as you age, your system gets more and more gummed up, your system's more and more occupied, and your immune system or your lymphatic system gets more and more bogged down, slower, clogged up. Okay. So, what I've been telling people is you have uh, basically 2 ways of using medicine. Neither one is good or bad or anything like that. There's times where you got to use both of them. Allopathic and homeopathic. And basically, allopathic is when you're treating symptoms. So, for instance, in this season, and we're going to go through all these herbs and stuff, but in this season of the plague going around like crazy, which is according to what they're saying and what I've seen, is a respiratory type plague that is initially infects the respiratory system. There's allopathic treatments or symptom or system specific treatments with herbs that you can use to cleanse the plague out. You know what I mean? Um, and then the homeopathic or the concept that your body heals itself. So focus on the body, focus on like so that would be my detoxification protocol, where it just aids the systems that repair the body. You see what I'm saying? That's the homeopathic. And when you're studying the herbs, you got to study both sides, the symptom specific or the system specific stuff. So specific systems where we're focusing on the respiratory system and stuff like that. Or you focus on kind of take a homeopathic approach to detox and cleanse out the whole entire body. And you got to use both of them sometimes. Sometimes, you know, it depends. But in this situation, like what I've been pushing people, what I've been saying is, look, y'all, step 1, you need to make sure you begin freeing up energy in your body so your body can protect itself. Okay? And I hope I'm a cover everything, but what I'm trying to explain to y'all is there's so much that goes into it, and it's going to all tie in spiritually. So I'm trying to go through it equally in parts. So in the short term, what you can do to protect yourself is, of course, we have respiratory tea we sell, or respiratory tea you can make yourself, which consists of the herbs that one of the herbs the sister was asking about. So let's go through that. That's mullein, elecampane. Mullein and elecampane are respiratory. They're strong respiratory herbs that stimulate your respiratory system and your mucosa system in your respiratory system to secrete more mucus, which is the mullein, more or less, because they both do the same thing. Just like the mullein will cause you to secrete mucus, the elecampane strength, it will cause you to expel the mucus. You see what I'm saying? So what it's doing is causing your respiratory system to begin cleansing itself. So the mullein, the elecampane, they both do the same thing, just stronger in those areas I listed. Okay, and they do a bunch of other things too. But the purpose of them in our formula is because of that. So you got your mullein, your elecampane, your elderberry, which your elderberry is gonna stimulate your immune system, stimulate and motivate your immune cells to respond and detect quicker and to communicate with each other faster. But if your lymphatic system is clogged up, so if your which is your immune system, or a big part of your immune system, but if your lymphatic system is all clogged up and stuff can't move around and get where it needs to, you're going to be struggling. That's why we got to bounce back. I know I'm bouncing back and forth, but that's why diet comes in, and eating correctly and giving your digestive system a break, like the Bible says. All through the Bible, you see them praying and fasting often. And we're going to get into the spiritual aspect and the praying and the whole spiritual aspect. But all through the Bible, you see them praying, fasting. Some spirits only come out if you are fasted up. I know I feel less bogged down. I feel more energetic. My mood is more even keel because I'm not consuming so much. I was brainwashed into eating 3 big meals a day. and then when you start getting around my age, I'm 44 now, I think, 44 or 45. It don't make a difference. But start hitting your 40s, and it's like, you start putting weight on. And the brainwashing is you need to eat this food, boom, 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 boom. Check this out. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all some interesting things. When you begin eating certain foods, or you begin not eating at all, your body begins to go into a detox. Your body immediately allocates that energy to healing itself up. The priority is digesting and getting the food out. That's why your body will put off healing the body. It'll put that off in order to what? Digest the food, because it's more important that it gets that food out of there so that it doesn't putrefy and you get sick or something. Okay? Notice I didn't say so you could have energy. See what I'm saying? So, when you begin cutting back on the food, it frees up more energy. Okay? So that your body can begin repairing itself, strengthening itself, everything like that. All right, somebody put a comment. Let's check the comments. Shalom, brother. It would be nice if you had a list written out so we would know how to spell some of the names of these herbs. Thank you for your contribution. Yeah, go on householdherbs.com. That's our herb page, and it's on there. You'll see our antiviral tea, and we got all the ingredients on there. And if you want to buy it from us, you buy it from us. It's already in tea bags. Drop it and just start drinking it often. If you want to go order it yourself and do it yourself, you do it yourself also. But yeah, it's on there if you want to see them. Okay. Um, but I think, and I got off topic. That's why I answered the comment. So anyway, but yeah. So you want to um the brainwashing is that you need all this food, and I remember where I left off. But the reality is, you don't need half as much. You don't need a quarter of the food you eat every day. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm sitting here doing this. I'm like, dang, at best, I eat maybe a plate and a half of food every day now. And I can cut back even more. And I'm not cutting back where like, these tacos good, but I'm gonna leave these two and like that. It's just, man, I eat and I'm full, and I don't need it. My stomach ain't growling all day or nothing. Just my energy good, all that. I'm talking about we were out there sweating, and it was good. Now listen, here's the trick. I'm gonna tell you the second. The first trick is they brainwash you into thinking you need 3 big square meals a day. That's the first lie. The second lie, and this is the big lie, is when you don't eat anything and you start getting a headache, or you get real tired, or some people when they eat vegetables. Some people tell me, man, I can't eat vegetables. They make me, as soon as I eat them, I gotta go take a dump, or as soon as I eat fruit, I gotta take a dump. And they don't see it. They've been deceived. They're thinking there's something wrong with the fruit. What's happening is when you skip a meal and you start getting a headache, that's your body starting to cleanse and detoxify itself. It's pulling stuff out to your bloodstream, and you getting a headache because you're beginning to detoxify. It means you're highly toxic. When you sit there and you eat vegetables, now fruit I can understand because fruits are more potent and detoxifying. But some people, if they eat too much vegetables, oh no, I start having to take a dump, and this happens. Dude, you are highly toxified. You are you are full of toxin. And your body, it means you're cleansing. Like me, I can eat vegetables all day and no big deal. I can eat fruit all day, no headaches. And I could not eat all day and not have a headache. Now, a while back, if I skip the meal, I get a headache. I be all lethargic. When we used to do our fast for the Day of Atonement, I'd be like, oh man, like my head be bumping, all that. But uh, it's your body's telling you, yo, I'm cleansing. I'm trying to fix you up. That's why a lot of people, they feel energy. They're energized when they come off that um, fast because, and they think it's the food. It's crazy, man. But now here I am. I've been on a minimalist diet here. During the week, I'm really on a minimalist diet. Like, I went to work on Thursday, and there wasn't nothing I wanted to eat in the refrigerator, so I just went to work. Didn't eat nothing. I I had a drink of water and maybe a handful of seeds till I got off work. You know what I'm saying? There's another day I just had 3 apples. That's all I ate all day till I came home and ate my dinner. That's it. And it's like after 3 or 4 days, man, my energy is just, you know, go to bed at 10, wake up at 4 in the morning, and I'm still testing all this out now. I'm not saying this is how it's gonna be, but you know, I've been seeing it. That's what I'm saying. All right, somebody said I get headaches when I try to fast. Charles, yeah. So Charles, that means you have toxins, and what I would even move to say is if you're getting headaches when you try to fast, it could even mean you got to cleanse stuff in your head. Maybe your vision's bad, or There's other issues. You have concentration and memory problems and stuff like that when you're not fasting. So that would tell you your glymphatic or your lymphatic system that's in your brain is clogged up and you got issues and you need to detoxify and cleanse. But let me say this now, because people be reading in this stuff and I don't be saying it. I'm not telling everybody y'all need to fast and go on a dry fast or some water fast or something extreme. If you're eating the SAD diet, the standard American diet, or the standard acidic diet, you need it's a slow process of slowly weaning yourself off a lot of these heavy foods and to begin consuming God-made foods and slowly wean yourself off of the man-made foods. Okay, so it's a process. So you should slowly do it. With like maybe an initial goal would be, hey, I want to replace one meal with fruit. You see, so that's your goal. So slowly you begin to, when you eat your sub sandwich from Firehouse Subs, that's a sub place down here in Florida. When you eat that big sub sandwich, which you might want to make a action step of trying to do it, instead of eating a whole sub, eat half a sub and a whole shitload of fruit. So eat like 5 oranges and then go to the sub place and eat that. Or it might be, hey, eat the whole damn sub, but just eat 5 oranges or 3 oranges before you go eat that sub. And that's what I did. I just slowly weaned myself off. And it's funny because the cravings go away. The cravings for the crunchy foods and for certain foods, they just go away, just like an addiction. It's, and that's what it is at the end of the day. We're food addicts. It's an addiction. Okay. But it's a slow process. You shouldn't be starving and suffering and tormented and be having these headaches and you're dizzy and all this stuff as you're trying to transition into a more righteous diet, and not overeating and all that stuff. You shouldn't. And like I said, even myself, I've studied about this for a while, but now I'm seeing it. I'm beginning to slowly see all this stuff. So yeah, but and like I said, in this season, the season of the plague is going around all over the place. You really need to make sure you are in tip-top condition, as far as, your immune system, the system that God gave you to fight off plagues. Now, sinners who are going against the word, who are overcome by surfeiting, the plagues gonna probably get their ass. You know what I'm saying? If you have a bogged down immune system, um, you know, so yeah, and things you need to sneezing is a good thing. A runny nose is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like uh what happens if something foreign is breathed in, whether, like for instance, there was a day we were out here working with them ceiling tiles and some of them broke and there's this dust on them. I know we was in a room, there was mold in the room, and that could be why I got the sniffles and all that. But we were in that one room with the mold in it, and what happens, you'll breathe that in. Part of it might settle in your nasal passage or in your throat, and immediately your body begins secreting mucus to encompass it. And then you'll sneeze and stuff like that to expel it out. So if you sneezing and your body's had a mucosa response, that means your immune system is communicating and responding and reacting and doing what it needs to do, and you're sneezing, and then you look at the mucus, and the mucus is yellow, you know there's toxins in it. If the mucus is white, I mean not white, if the mucus, is clear color or whatever, that means there's not really any infection or foreign matter or whatever in it. If it's yellow, that means there's really some stuff in it. You know what I mean? If it's green, that means it's a heavy infection and your body's locked in the battle. And then I've heard of people expelling black mucus. So, yeah, man, it's real. So, but that's another thing, just kind of digressing, but that's another thing is when you learning to look at mucus and the color of it, learning to look at urine when you pee and what it looks like when you defecate, learning to look at it and assess what's going on, whether your pancreas is working or whether it's full of a bunch of undigested food and food chunks, meaning your pancreas might not be functioning 100 and you might have to cleanse that out, which is part of the cleansing protocol we putting together, the herbs. But there's a lot of pancreas, there's a lot of herbs that will cleanse the pancreas and get it clean and functioning and tonified and helping break the food down properly. But all that to say, there's plenty of stuff you can look at and signs to look at to gauge what's going on with you. It's not complicated. That's why these so-called, well, they're herbalists. That's why these herbalists throw all they esoteric, freak show, new age, cosmic, oogly boogly, foo-foo stuff in there, and they don't just come straight down the middle and tell you the facts. You know what I'm saying? The other thing is, and this is what we're gonna work on. This is what I'm gonna get with Koya. I'm gonna get with Koya right after this show, and I'll just let her know we're gonna build up a bunch of, if y'all cause on her the household herbs website it might say out of antiviral tea, but what we'll do, because what I did, I was learning a lot of new powerful stuff, and what I did is I paused it because so much new information was coming in, some new herbs, and so I put that whole thing on pause until we come out with a new formula. But I realized the formula we had is fine, but what we have to tell people, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. So listen, this is where you really want to listen in at, okay? Because in this season of the plague, and if you come down with this thing, what's up? All right. In this season of the plague, there's some important, and I'm working hard on getting I got a complete body cleansing protocol, whatever. Working hard on getting it out. But say you don't have the herbs, what can you do if you get the plague? I'm gonna tell you what you can do. You need to stop eating, and you need to drink. You need to drink some water. Don't drink a whole ton. I'm saying stay hydrated, but don't over drink. But you need to stop eating, and so you're shutting down. What I'm trying to get you to do is shut that digestive system off and try not to activate it, and let your body use a full brunt of its energy to come against that plague and knock it out of there. Because if you're a person who eats the SAD diet, the standard American diet, you more than likely your lymphatic and immune system is highly compromised. All right, somebody said, I have a question. Is it lawful for women to wear pants if it's not tight. Hold on one sec. Hello? Hey, I'm live. All right. Hey, uh, how many antiviral teas are available on your site right now, or does it say out of stock? Okay. So Sister Koya said we have 3 left, so they are available. And if there's more orders, we'll fill more. You know, because we're gonna make some. We just been super busy. All right. I'll see you on there. So Sister Koya will be on. You'll see her in the comments here in a sec. So is it lawful in straight way? This straight way. Straight. I'm part of Straightway. I'm the head here of Straightway, Florida. Okay, and our women are chase keepers at home. They dress in modest apparel, and our women wear skirts. All of our women, all of our sisters wear skirts. They don't wear tight stuff. They keep their heads covered, so they're not a distraction. Now, mind you, out there in the world, you know, spandex are the new skirt. Spandex are the new. I mean, some of these women can pack their whole wardrobe in a daggone Ziploc sandwich bag because it's all spandex. So they could pack for a whole month in a little Ziploc sandwich bag because they got all hard lot gear. So I say I'm about why don't our err to the side of caution? Don't try to straddle the fence because Satan owns the fence. So why not err to the side of caution and go to the extreme for Yah? This is a topic of debate in the Hebrew community. People got all types of stances. Why not always err to the cautious side? Don't wear pants. Okay? But anyway, I'm not going to get off topic. We're going to keep it where we at. So let me break it down like this. When it comes to healing, regeneration, getting your body right, getting your mind right, and all this stuff, on the physical side, feeling better, healing issues with your body, I'm just telling y'all, from my experience and what I've seen and experienced myself, watched other people begin to heal up from major diseases and all that. The main thing, the main fact, and I'm going to move to say maybe 70 to 80% of your healing is based upon what you're consuming, what you're eating, what you're taking into your body. Those meals you eat are what's killing you or causing you to be unhealthy. Okay? The herbs and some of these herbal detox protocols that I'm putting together and all that stuff like that have to be so strong to counteract the years of damage people been doing, eating. Okay? Once again, the Bible said in the end times, people would be overcome by surfeiting. When you look up the definition, overeating. And it comes back to a spiritual thing, man. People are food addicts. And a lot of y'all, for whatever reason, a lot of people, one of the things they say, the more personal, the more universal. They say a lot of women who are raped or molested or dogged out overeat. Some of them do it for different reasons to make themselves not attractive or something. So a lot of times the sugar, it is a drug. It releases dopamine. It will relax you and calm you. You know, they call them comfort eaters. You know, they eat they treat it like a drug. I tell people sugar is a drug. Sugar is a drug. You see what I'm saying? It fits all the uh, it fits the definition of a drug. It's like they take the sugar cane. I was telling that joke about what Lalela Africa said. He was like, man, I'm gonna play that video one of these days, but he was like, yeah, he was like, they take that sugar, they cut the sugar cane, take it to the factory, strip all the good stuff off it, squeeze out the liquid sugar, they put it in a vat, they boil off all the any other whatever, and they extract it down to a pure molecule, just like a crack rock, and they give it to you. You put it on your cereal, you know, which is more sugar, the grain. We ain't gonna get into all that, but y'all, this thing is not complicated. You need to slowly wean yourself off a lot of these foods that you're overeating on, particularly anything in the middle of the store. You know, so when you go grocery shopping, everything on the outside, it might not be the best for you, but that stuff in the middle of the store was really jacking you up. It's sucking all the hydration out of you. It's bogging down your immune system. It's causing a lot of this inflammation and issues that you have in your body. You see what I'm saying? But in order to do what I'm talking about, I appreciate you, Jan. Appreciate that super chat. Thank you. And it looks like you're from another country, because I don't know what that NOKs are, but appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, at the end of the day, y'all, I'm telling you that, man, this country, and without me going off on a tangent, but this country is so deceptively wicked. Like, what you attribute to just being the norm is actually wicked as hell. It's like they get you addicted to caffeine. They get you addicted to sugar. They get you addicted to these toxic man-made foods, and you're hooked on them. You have to have the Wendy's hamburger. You have to have this. You have to have that. You have to have all this stuff. And I mean, and then you turn, and here I'm showing you these man-made foods are messing you up. They're going to cause the death of you. Like my father, he died of colon cancer, and he was a type 2 diabetic when he passed. And he caught this coronavirus after he had like a surgery for cancer. Never did get the chemo, nothing. And you know, it kind of bothers me, you know, because like I wish I was just getting into all this stuff right here. That was about 2 years ago almost. And I was just getting into all this, you know, health and herbalist stuff, you know. Now I'm like, I have 2 goals, 3 goals, you know, long-term goals that I've been going hard on, and one of them is heal myself, learn about healing. And I have to make sure I do something towards that goal every single day. And it's serious, you know. Okay, so Jan asks, is coffee okay? If not much, I'm drinking it now. Coffee and caffeine is, drum roll, it is not okay. I was and I'm glad you asked that, Jan, because you got me back on track. I was a caffeine addict. One of the hardest, that was one of the harder things I had to get off. And I actually had to get deliverance from the brothers because of caffeine addiction. We've had to do deliverance on brothers for sugar addictions, for gluttony. Like these are spirits, you know what I'm saying, that are on people. And the caffeine addicts, you really wouldn't know them because they're going to be slim, fit, whatever. I got hooked on caffeine from weightlifting supplements. But let me break down why caffeine is very bad, okay? What caffeine does, that energy you feel when you drink caffeine, what caffeine does when it goes in your body is it puts your body in a fight or flight mode, you know? It puts your body in an action is coming mode. So what it does is it heightens your alertness, it heightens your eyesight, it heightens your focus and your concentration in your thinking, it heightens your energy level. But in order to do that, it has to take that energy from somewhere else. And where does it take that energy from? Your lymphatic system, your body's filtration system, your body's cleansing system. It shuts your kidneys down. So your kidneys are no longer properly filtering out toxins and waste. It shuts all that down. Why? Because in a fight, you got to have power and energy and be focused and dialed in. You don't need to be worrying about taking a piss or filtering out toxins out of your body. So what it does is shuts down all your body's primary systems, or not primary systems, but non-essential systems. It shuts them all down and heightens your alertness. And what you say is, oh man, that pepped me up, that woke me up, you know. And you walk, a lot of people, if you're addicted to caffeine or you drink it too much, you're literally walking around in a warfare state all the time, on a state of high alert, you know. And eventually it deteriorates your body and causes you to, you know. So yeah, that's what it does to you, man. And you know, I was fully hooked on caffeine, you know. So yeah, you definitely, and what you're doing, what you're also doing with your adrenal glands, because that's what secretes the adrenaline and all that. Your adrenal glands are constantly overworked, secreting all this adrenaline, you know, in your body, and it's just not good, and you're overworking them. So that way, when you get off the caffeine, you like, hey, you're all bogged down, you got a headache and all that. And like I said, I had to pray. I think I did some fast, and I definitely got deliverance to get off caffeine. When I say I was hooked on caffeine, I had brought the anamylis, I forget, anaralysis, I forget what it's called. I bought powder caffeine, and I had a little gram scooper or whatever, and I would scoop it, put it in my water, put lemon in it, and put some other stuff so it wouldn't, because it also causes you to deplete your electrolytes. And I learned how to make this concoction that would still give it, even though it would still give it the same punch, and I'd be replenishing my electrolytes too. Like, and then I'd take grapefruit to enhance the power of it, because that's what grapefruit does with caffeine. It holds it in your bloodstream longer. Look, I was a little mad scientist. I had it down. I had it down to a I was good with it, man. I knew, and I'd be feeling great all day and couldn't have sleep, you know. And yeah, I've been off caffeine, man, for a while now. But yeah, like somebody said, it's a drug, caffeine. It is, you know. And what caffeine is a substance extracted. All plants make it. Some make it in more abundance, but from the plant they get it from is something that the plants secrete into the soil to make other plants' roots go away from it, basically. So it causes another plant's roots to not come over near that plant and consume its resources. So that's the purpose of caffeine. But the effect on us is it stimulates our adrenals. Um, is there a time for it? Yeah, man. If I thought, man, we was getting ready to go to war and we need to turn all the way up, yeah, we're gonna caffeine up, baby. I don't know, but nah. In general, nah, I ain't messing with it. All right. So, Saga asked, Shalom, Brother Michael. What was listening to your broadcast last week, and you talked about not having a meal past 7 p.m. What if I fast and break my fast at 7 p.m.? What do you intend to be eating at that time? So, yeah, I was saying don't have a meal by that time, but sis, let me break down what the whole concept of what I was saying. What you want to do with your body is like a sponge. And like I said, I learned this from other places, but look, what you want to do with your body is like a sponge. Like if you got a dirty sponge, what are you going to do? You're going to put it in the water, let it absorb the water, then you're going to squeeze it and rinse it out. And then you're going to put it under the water again. That's what we're doing. Like if you dry fast, so that's a fast with no water, none, or you're doing a fast, when you're not eating and you're not taking in water and you're doing a dry fast, slowly the waters and the liquids are coming out of your cells and your cells are drying out all day. They're drying out. And and I'm saying it in my own words in a simple way so y'all could understand it. Because I know the super herbalists like, hey, what the hell are you talking about? I'm making it simple for y'all. But the cells are drying out. As they dry out, the liquids come out of the cells and they bring the toxins out of the cell with them. And then you urinate. You notice if you urinate on a dry fast, it's real yellow. There'll be a lot of stuff in it. So you're squeezing everything out. And then when you break your fast, you're rehydrating and filling the cell back up with clean fluid. And then you do another dry fast and you're squeezing everything out, all the liquids out with the toxins. And then when you rehydrate, you see what I'm saying? So that's what you're doing. So my recommendation to the sister here is I recommend that she break her fast with like watermelon and some real watery hydrating fruit. Watermelon or cucumbers come to mind for me. You know what I'm saying? Or oranges or something that's going to be juicy and hydrating to you. And don't break it with water. Hydrate it with Yah's food. You know what I'm saying? Yah made food. So but that's how I do it. But now what I try to do, I don't try to do, but like you can live this out real simple by, like she said, what I said. When you don't eat after 7, don't eat nothing, don't even drink nothing. Just at 7, go to stop eating, and you don't eat, and then at 10 or whatever, you go to sleep. You sleeping all night, then you wake up at 6 in the morning or 7, and if you want, you could drink some water because you just fasted. You did a dry fast of hours. That's why they call it break fast or breakfast because you're breaking your fast. A lot of come from back in the day. Like the people had better sense. So yeah, just do it like that. Don't with me sometimes, if I really want to go hard, yeah, I won't eat after 7, and then I go all the way maybe to 9 and won't eat or drink nothing. And I mean, that's really got your body cleaning itself out real good. And it's not so burdensome on you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, somebody said good kind. All right, so but yeah, but let's get back to where I was at with the spiritual aspect of this thing, man. And if y'all didn't see it, if y'all didn't watch, man, y'all need to watch that interview I did with Elder Mitchell, and for that matter, y'all need to watch the whole Straightway Life interview series where I'm interviewing different leaders and members of Straightway. On Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm gonna be interviewing Brother Daniel of Straightway Indy. That's a community up in Indiana, and I'm gonna be interviewing him. It's gonna be an awesome interview. He's a retired NFL football player, so you're gonna hear some stuff. He was coached by Tony Dungy, and man, he was Brother Daniel was just breaking down some of Tony Dungy's um, uh, coaching concepts, and oh man, it's like buttery, juicy truth. It's Tony Dungy would say, "Look, this is what you need to do," and he wouldn't yell about nothing. And if you don't do it, they're gonna replace you. Like everybody knew. So if you couldn't do it, he gets somebody who could. And but Brother Daniel breaks it down way better because he was coached under him. So it's awesome, man, to hear that stuff and to see how perfectly it ties into Yah's word perfectly. And then how we see it here firsthand in Straightway. We watch the nucleus, the serious minded people that's in Straightway walk this thing out, and it's like from the professional football level to Straightway, you see it. And I said all that, and I went on that tangent. I said all that stuff to say this: with the spiritual aspect of eating, the key to doing this stuff is discipline. You got to have some self-discipline. Something I think Pastor said and Elder Mitchell said on the interviews is talking about the difference of people who come from some type of discipline, whether it be the military, the NFL, or something where they had to come through some rite of passage of discipline. Just talking about the way they pick this up and they get it. And when you read the word and you see a lot of analogies and stuff like that to being a man of war and warfare and being a soldier and disciplining yourself like a good soldier, and you see that. You see what I'm saying? You see that all through the word, but it's not taught in life. In Straightway, just by its structure, discipline is a way of life. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a way of life in Yah's word. But a lot of people, they not seeing that. They have zero discipline. And they need a rite of passage to realize that discipline is the way. I'm saying that to say this. It doesn't have to be brutally hard where you like running around like a Somalian starving for you to change your diet. Like you don't have to starve yourself to change your diet, but it will take discipline and it's worth it. And in this day and age, Yah done sent this plague to weed out the people with no discipline. The reason why the Bible said in the end times people would be overcome by surfeiting is, and you can't change that, because it's lack of discipline. People don't got a soldier mindset. People don't know how to fight. You know? And everything in life comes by warfare and combat. You know what I'm saying? It's like spiritual combat. That's the name of my show. Let me put the thing up here real quick. I don't know where my thing went. Got deleted. Oh well. But yeah, you know, it's spiritual combat. There it is. I'm gonna fix this thing, man, because it's sit too daggone high. Hey, if y'all got any questions, man, definitely put them in there. Um, you know, but that on the spiritual aspect, man, a lot of like we've dealt with a lot of people with different food addictions, including myself, sugar addictions, all that, and some of them needed spirits cast off them because it was that overwhelming, you know. But that requires you. It requires humility. You can't have pride. You got to have a teachable spirit. You got to be willing to, you know, change and develop. Uh, Angela said, discipline is so much peaceful and gives you balance. It does. Yeah. Not being a slave to your flesh. That's right. So it's not complicated. And people try to make it complicated, but it's not complicated. It just requires discipline. Discipline requires effort. You know. And there's a lot of spiritual laziness out there. So yeah. Ever learning and never coming into the knowledge of the truth. Okay? It's not complicated. All right. So let's get into some let me speak more on, you know, some of the herbs, like I said, are in that detox tea is mullein, elecampane, uh, Paul Diarco, which stops viral replication. So there's something in it that stops viruses from replicating themselves. That's in the Paul Diarco. And what else was that? So I said the mullein. Um, Another one is the cloves, which is a powerful antioxidant, which means it binds to foreign stuff that's in your system, and it binds to it and carries it out. So that's another good one. So yeah, stuff like that. As far as with the tea comes in tea bags, but sometimes if whatever you got going on is getting bad, instead of making a tea out of it, you need to make a decoction. Decoction. DECO auction. You know what I'm saying? But you need to make a decoction of it. And what I tell people to make a decoction, what you do is get like, you could do it with one, you could do it with 3 tea bags or more, whatever. But you get a tea bag and bring the water to the, instead of bringing the water to a boil, pouring it in your cup and putting the tea bag in, you bring the water to a boil, bring it down to a simmer, put your tea bags in there or your herbs in there, and you let it sit and simmer for 20 minutes. And it boils even more, it pulls, even the heat pulls even more the constituents and stuff out of there, and it's a lot more powerful. Like I got a lymphatic blood cleanser formula that I have, and I made a tea out of it, and you just drink it and you can taste the herb. But man, when you make a decoction, it's like, ugh, you could barely choke it down, it's so bitter. But it's smashing into that system. And the other thing you got to understand is this ain't no quick fix thing. This is a lifestyle. Like, to see results on doing what I said, changing your diet, going on one of these fruit diets, you know, you need to do that for, you know, a couple weeks, a month, something like that. You'll begin seeing stuff, and as you progress, you'll see more and more stuff. But it's a lifestyle. This ain't a quick fast or something like that. It's a fasting lifestyle. That's why I said you can put yourself in a routine where you're cleansing yourself. where like where I was talking to the sister, where you stop eating at 7, boom, you know. And then on the weekends, maybe you eat past 7, you know. But it's a lifestyle. All right. Somebody said acne and clean skin. Any tips? I've heard some B vitamins can help. Is it demonic skin disease? Can you get better skin with herbs? Uh, your organs of elimination are your kidneys, your your main organs of elimination are your kidneys, your skin, and your digestive system, your bowels and stuff. And basically, with acne and skin and all this, it means your diet's bad and your lymphatic system and your kidneys and all that are backed up, and you need to detox, and that you don't eat correctly. Okay, you don't eat a lot of fruits that would cleanse your body out. That's a basic, stripped down, straightforward what's going on there. So going right back, go to a higher fruit diet. Back off all those heavy foods, um, back off them so that you can your body can begin cleansing itself out. Because what it's doing is trying to eliminate toxins out your skin because your kidneys are probably backed up. So what I'd have to do is like talk to you a lot more, and kind of see but at the end of the day, it's not super complicated. It's not complicated. I mean, if you just switch to a high fruit diet, all the stuff will heal up your body anyway. Just not in like if you switch to an all fruit diet, it just takes longer. The herbs help accelerate it. They're more extreme. All right, somebody asked, what's your view on bananas? I stopped eating like a month ago because it's a fruit, but it's been bred to not have a seed. Look, you know, I don't get super crazy about, this is a fake fruit and all that. I don't eat a whole make an effort to eat a lot of is like right now a lot of watermelon, a lot of fruits, a lot of oranges, a lot of the juicy fruits that provide hydration and fill me up. So yeah, a lot of that. The my wife and the children, they make me smoothies. I drink a lot of smoothies, and but really, like somebody's in there making a smoothie now. Like if they make a smoothie, I'll drink a smoothie this morning. I feel like drinking a smoothie and some water, and maybe not nothing else till I come home and eat dinner. Maybe, or if I do get hungry, I may try to eat maybe watermelon. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't super freak show disciplined. I might get a wild hair up my ass and go get a pizza, somewhere. But yeah, and let me say this: what I've done with the fruits I eat and the stuff I eat, I kind of try to eat it and see how I feel. But yeah, I eat bananas sometimes. Like sometimes when everybody here is having pancakes, eggs with cheese, and they grubbing out, and I'm like, I'm like, what I'll get, I have bananas and cashews, and that's damn good to me too. Bananas and cashews. You know, and I'll get the roasted, salted joints and have it and feel good. And won't really have compromised myself. Sometimes I like Goya. Them damn pancakes smell too damn good. Slap them on my plate, and I'm gonna eat them. But I've correlated, for me, dude. That flour do something to me. It jacked me up, and I have I have what's the word? Verified that shit messes me up. Period. Okay, I have verified it. I have confirmed without a shadow of a doubt that flour, King Arthur, whatever, it could be organic flour. The flour jacks me up, and I think it's the gluten in it or something. I don't know. Okay, so I said, how do you know if someone is addicted to sugar? If you're asking how do you know somebody's addicted to sugar, you're a sugar addict. You know, because I am too. Was, am, whatever. Um, how do you? Because sugar, you got to understand what sugar's in. Sugar's in peanut butter. Sugar's in ketchup. Sugar, every cereal damn near is full of sugar. Grains turn in these fake bread grains. I forget what the name is that they blend together. I forget what the name is, but the grains, the wheats, convert into sugar. Literally the same type of sugar that table sugar is. A lot of these breads are worse than sugar. The whole grain wheat breads are terrible, full of sugar. Crackers full of sugar. You name it. Orange juice is full of added sugar. Like it's damn near worse than a Coca-Cola. You know what I'm saying? Apple juice, every juice is full of sugar unless you look on it and it just says it's fresh, organic, squeeze, boom. But that's, I can't, like, everything is full, like, and the reason why they put sugar, they saying they put sugar in the McDonald's meat patties. And what they found is how addictive the sugar is. And a lot of sugar don't, I could go on and on. And a lot of scientists are coming out saying, dude, sugar is like a neurotoxin. Like they're saying that. So somebody said, try stop coffee and sugar much, more fruits and salad, and see if it helps my skin. If not, maybe it's skin disease. Once again, when you say skin disease or skin dis-ease, your skin is not at ease. Why? Because it's full of toxins. You see what I'm saying? So when your lymphatic system is backed up and it starts, and then your kidneys are shut off because of consuming coffee and stuff and caffeine, and your kidneys are shut off, your body's like, yo, I gotta get this waste out of me somehow. So it starts getting these toxins and these wastes out through your skin, and it'll cause bumps and stuff all over your skin, and you'll call it eczema or skin disease when it's just your body trying to cleanse itself. That's right, Gissy. She said your skin is your third kidney. Big old facts for Gizzy in there. All right. And then it's all connected to your gut, and your gut eliminates lymphatic fluid too. They're beginning to find that too, that your lymphatic system cleanses through your gut also. And I mean, that's a whole nother show right there. We get into the gut, because the place where when you bring in the most foreign stuff into your body is through your mouth when you're eating food. You're consuming the most external stuff with, as much as they try to keep the food clean, there's still foreign stuff on it. So your gut, more than anything else, has to be on full scale, like full of lymphatic system. Like your lymphatic system that's the main area that has to be detoxed, because all the stuff coming in, okay, is your gut, your digestive system, right? So yeah. All right, let me, I got some, here we go. So yeah, any questions, man, y'all free to put them in there. Discipline following. Yeah. So, and in the day and age we're in, there is no time for excuses about getting your diet right. In this day and age, man, what you see going on. Okay, let's see. Show no. All right. Let's see. Somebody put, yep, the pesticides and herbicides sprayed on the food kills all your gut flora. Yeah. And that's why, exactly, you got to rinse those foods off. And, you got to be aware of what you're eating, you know, let's see, on budgeting for healthy eating. Any ideas on budgeting for healthy eating? Yeah. Now, I don't know if you might not have caught the beginning of the show, but what I said is as you slowly wean yourself off these heavy foods and you begin to back off your digestive system and let it heal, and you begin to cleanse out your digestive system and your body and get it cleansed out, you stop suffering from malabsorption. You're able to absorb more nutrients. So instead of having, for me, instead of having uh, 2 steak, egg, and cheese bagels for breakfast, I'm having a smoothie shake and some water. That's saving a lot of money there. I might not eat till 3, 4 o'clock today. I might have maybe some water and some couple pieces of fruit. You see what I'm saying? When you're all agglomerated and clogged up and all that, and you got a layer of mucus in your intestines that's constantly there to protect, because your body learns, okay, he always eats this. Let me keep a layer of mucus in the, and in this digestive system and all this stuff. So, and now it's harder for you to absorb nutrients. You're not eating nutrient dense foods either. You're eating man-made foods for the most part, not y'all-made foods. So you're literally starving. Even though you're eating, your body's starved. So as you begin to slowly transition and cleanse yourself out and clean yourself out, you don't need as much food to fill yourself up, and your energy level goes up. So now you're not drinking coffee for energy, you're just eating less food for energy. So when it comes to budgeting, it's going to save you money. See, the sad diet, the standard American diet, is a diet meant to kill you slow and bleed your money out of you. You know, like I tell people, man, these grains and a lot of these man-made foods, anything you buy in the middle part of the store, a lot of those foods, man, they are not going to trigger your satiation switch, your satiated or whatever the word is switch. They're not going to trigger your I'm full response. Meat will trigger your I'm full response. That's why out west, you go to some of these longhorn steak places, they'll say, if you could eat our so-and-so steak, it's free. And they know that a steak will trigger your full switch. And if you eat another bite, you'll throw up. Fruit will trigger your full switch. Vegetables will trigger your I'm full switch. Breads, cakes, cupcakes, cookies, all that stuff will not trigger your satiation response. So you're going to spend money. That's why a lot of these companies and stores, what they do to preserve the food, in order to make the food last longer, they got to knock out all the nutrients and all that. So you're literally eating nothing, and you're spending all this money on it. So back to any ideas on budgeting for healthy eating? Yeah, eat healthy, and it's going to budget you. It's going to save you money, you know. So, and it's a process. Like I said, it's not an overnight thing. It's just doing little action steps. Brother Adam asks, is there an herbal treatment for vitiligo, or is there a spiritual issue with this condition? So I think vitiligo, but I'm gonna look it up, is like where there's skin pigmentation issues. So let's see. And I'm going to say yes, absolutely there is, but I'm going to check what it is first. Yeah, it's a skin pigmentation thing. What I would have to do is look up, you know, what system or what gland, because I'm pretty sure it's part of the glandular system, one of your glands that ties into that, and I would look at your diet. But at the end of the day, let me do this. Look, let me show y'all something. All right. Where is it at? You bear with me. I'm going to pull something up for you. Bible. I'm almost there, y'all. Bear with me. There it is. So look. It says, and God said, behold, I have given you every herb-bearing seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in thee which is a fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. So that'll be the main thing, is fruit. So if you go on a diet like that, it's gonna, over time, it's gonna reset a lot of stuff. The hardest part about getting on these diets is breaking the food addictions. So the brother Adam, what I would say, and what I'll do at some point, is research what it actually is. They're going to tie it to a system. It might be the kidneys, or it might be some gland. And there, which you need to focus on herbs that tonify and cleanse and astringe that gland or that glandular system or that particular system. More than likely, it's a weakness in your body to manufacture melanin. So it might be the kidneys. Maybe the kidneys, like you have people whose their blood doesn't clot, and it is not, it's because of a weakness of a part of the kidneys to make a chemical that it doesn't make enough of the chemical. So that's telling you, oh, so if I eat herbs like milk thistle and dandelion root, it's going to tonify and strengthen that system. Yep, that's the way. What you got there, Bubba? What kind of tea is that?
Turmeric.
Okay. All right. They made them for everybody? You see, look at this lack of brotherhood. Did he hand me a smoothie? Look at that. Look at him, man. He enjoying it too. What the heck is that? I'm sorry, that music too soft for me.
I know you ain't talking that soft. Yeah, last night.
Man, that was thinking music.
I don't hear that.
All right, but yeah, man. So, brother Adam, do me a favor. Do some research on what it is and what system it's impacting. Of course, they're not gonna have a cure or none, but just on what they think actually causes it, or it might be different things. My email's right up there. Email it to me, and then on my next show we'll address it, and we could start some herbs that'll go in that direction. But I can tell you right now, if you want to, the first thing you need to do is you need to change your diet. So I can tell you that right off jump. So anyway, y'all, been on here for an hour and 24 minutes. Y'all hit the like button if y'all receive some edification and some knowledge on what we're talking about here. Hit that like button. You know, to change your diet and to eat a healthier diet requires strength. You can't be weak. You can't be a food addict. If you can't stop eating certain foods for a season, for a couple years, or forever, or whatever, you're addicted to food. You're a food addict, and your ass weak. You know, if you can't fast, you got to get strengthened up. You know, and I'm not being me. I'm just keeping it 1,000. But if this turn that down. Yeah, so yeah, if you struggle with that, y'all, that's step one. Y'all need to deal with those food addictions, then move on from there. But anyway, y'all, with that said, I'm gonna wrap this up. Definitely tune in. I'm gonna be interviewing Brother Daniel from Straightway Indy. He's the head of Straightway Indy, retired NFL football player. Came the Straightway. It's going to be another good interview. If you haven't already seen the Straightway Life interview series, I put them into a playlist, and so definitely check them out. All right, somebody else put. I had a client I worked with. He had the same thing. We treated him with pure cocoa butter. Over a period of time, his color was restored. You just have to use it daily. So look into that, Brother Adam. Pure cocoa butter. And when I say pure, if you gotta make the cocoa butter yourself, do it. You see what I'm saying? But look into that to see if that's something, and also look into what it is, because you shouldn't have to put cocoa butter on there. You know, it might be something else going on. So look into that. Anyway, with that said, y'all, Michael Israel, you watch Spiritual Combat. Like, definitely share this video. Shalom, shalom.